Headed over to the barbecue. Let's see how we're doing. Right around 300 degrees. Sausages feel nice and firm. We can check with the thermometer. Make sure you check for a little dot. So the dot right by my thumb, that's got to be in the middle of the sausage. So you might have to stick it down even further. In fact, like that goes just about all the way through. I felt the grill. There. And we check for temperature. If we get close to 150, we're probably pretty good. Give this a little resting period. It's definitely going over 140. Still moving. Take your time, be patient. Remember, 145 is technically finished for pork. If it's ground, it should go 10 degrees higher. So you're looking at 155, ideally. Yeah, past 150. Going to 152. That's what I would call it. And then we're going to pull a little bit on this. See if it goes up or down. Stay right around 152. Yeah, I think we're about done. We'll let them carry over for a second here. A couple minutes before we eat. And we'll take these off the griddle. Sorry, that's a grill. There's a little split right there. Well, that could have been where I poked it, or it was cooked too fast and it can break if we're not careful.
The next day.
Temperature? Yeah, the thermometer's reading about 178 right now, below 180, and that's good. I could even cool the water down a little bit by adding a little bit more colder water. You just want to be between 170, 180 is fine. And what we're going to do is introduce some of our sausages into the water for poaching. There's nothing but water in there, no salt, no nothing. And then we'll just take a couple of sausages. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go to 5. 2, 4, 5. Yeah. And we'll just cut here. The sausages go into the water. Looks like I got too much water. Hold on a sec. And we'll keep this, maintain a temperature of about 160 to 70 degrees maximum. Okay, so we'll let these go. It's good to push the sausages underneath the liquid. So we'll put a little strainer on there.
Could you explain what we're doing?
This is poaching.
But I mean, like,
Poaching. We're just cooking the sausages. We got to cook them because they only last 2 or 3 days, and then they have to be cooked. In this pan here, we're going to be braising sausages. So last night we grilled. Here we have a poaching situation. Here we have a braising situation. So we'll take 1, 2, 3 sausages. We can cut the links or not. We can leave them whole like this. And then we'll introduce them into the hot pan. Make sure they slide around a little bit, and we're searing at this point. So the braising technique is 2 steps. First we sear, then we simmer. In the braising, you're going to have a lid, so make sure you have a lid that's tight-fitting. That one's kind of loose. I'll find another one. That one fits nice. So I don't want to put the lid on just yet. We're going to set the heat here for a medium-low temperature. Don't go too extreme, because we're just trying to brown these. We don't want them to burst or break. We can check the liquid temperature here. Keep a thermometer in there so we don't get too hot. The sausages will cool the liquid down, so make sure you put a little bit of heat underneath them again. And we're cooking. Yeah, that's reading about 150 right now, so we want to bring it up to 160. We definitely adjust our heat and then watch the temperature. Too high of temperature and those sausages can burst. So we're going to check the sausages here and see if they're ready to flip. So what we want to do is check the other side and see that we got nice brown color, which we do. Okay. And we'll flip them over and we'll go nice and easy on the second side. That only took about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. Okay, we'll look at the second side, see if we got some good coloring on there. Yeah, we do. So these sausages are not cooked yet. They're only brown. So now we're going to braise them. No brand names there. Okay. So add some liquid. Anything can work here. Water, wine, beer. And we're going to add just enough to steam them for a little while or simmer. I'm going to turn the heat all the way down. Make sure that the sausages are loose. And then we're going to put a lid on these and go nice and slow for about 10 minutes. Let's set a timer. Okay, we'll check these nice Italian sausages simmering along. Nothing blew up. I feel for pressure. Feels pretty good. So everything's springy in there. We'll use our thermometer, which is at 175. We're going to put the dot in the middle of the sausage. So sometimes it helps to get it in from the very end. There's the dot. So that's got to go into the middle and see where we are. We need at least 155. It's past 140, but I think we're going to need a little bit more temp in there. Even though these are fairly firm, it looks like we're going to need another at least 10 degrees. So we'll put the lid back on. Let that one go. We'll check these over here, see if our poaching has come up. Again, nothing is blown up in here. Feels firm. These thermometers do take some time, so don't rush them. Otherwise you'll get a reading that's not accurate. Yeah, it looks like we're getting close to 150 there. 152. I got about 154. So we're pretty good in there. We could say that that is pretty much done. Turn it off. And the poaching is finished at this point. So what do we do when once that happens? We strain everything off. We're going to go to the sink here. Okay, nobody blew up in there. Those all look pretty good. And then we're going to cool these down, put some cold water on them. You could use ice bath if you have a lot of sausages. You can add ice to it to cool them down even faster. Move them around a little bit. We can take our water and dump it. Now that it's cooled everything, we'll cool it down a little bit more with more cold water. My water's not that cold. Okay, so those are finishing right there. One more time in these and they're going to look pretty good here, I'm sure. So that's 150 right there. And it slows down a little bit, but still moving, headed up toward 160, but not there yet. Okay, so we're done. 2 techniques for cooking sausages, and a third one we did yesterday, which is grilling. We've done poaching, and we've done braising. Braised in beer. Very traditional German. Okay, let's eat.